The Business Journal Roundtable Series is sponsored by iSynergy, creative digital advertising.
To bring it back to influencer marketing, I think it's one thing you always have to do is the attribution. You got to be able to close the loop to make sure what you're paying that influencer, that content, you're getting it back. What's the goal? You got to properly communicate that in a brief to them. Is it transactions? If it's like an e-commerce client, is it just reach, impressions? What is that that you're trying to gain out of them? And the best influencers work with you back and forth on that. Our role as an agency is we put the influencers, like you talked about, with the right demographic, the right vertical, the right segments, with the proper clients, and then making sure that they work together for that goal. Without that, and having like the proper pixels or the codes to show attribution on the transactions or the coupon codes, you don't know how successful that campaign was in retrospect to look back on it to see if it was a success or not.
Just to kind of bring it back to local influencer marketing, I agree that I don't know that we have a ton of local influencers here. We also have kind of used people from Pittsburgh and Cleveland. Something recently we have gotten a little bit more into with some of our clients, though, is going through the NIL portal with college athletes, with YSU athletes. So we've kind of tapped into that for one of our fitness brands that we work with, using some of those college athletes who do have a pretty large following, whether it's locally or nationally, because a lot of them aren't originally from here. So we've kind of tapped into that to get to their followers who are kind of our target audience.
I think to your question, Andrea, when you said what is influencer marketing too, it might be an easy way to think about it is that we've always had influence marketers, they've just been spokespeople, right? So previously it was paid celebrities or paid people and they were really heavily associated with the brand. So if you think like Michael Jordan and Nike, or something like that. They always have them. But now with social media, so much of marketing has been democratized that people want to see themselves reflected back. So they're really trying to make those connections with influencers. So influencers, they might not be someone from your community, but there's someone that you can relate to in some regard. So like Steve was saying, if you have that correct demographic, clients or potential consumers are going to be more apt to trust that person as an authority. Again, locally, I don't think that we have many local influencers that have that traditional influencer relationship, but there are certainly people that, even from a social media standpoint, that you see, they're continually in chat rooms, they have large organic followings on their social media pages, things like that, that maybe we all should explore those people. I don't know.
And to add to the influencer discussion, I think there's been a shift from like just general broad influencers to more content creators and very content specific, and I think users are gravitating towards that more than the general influencers. I feel like the general influencers sort of blew up during COVID, and it was like we were all stuck at home, so let's watch these people's lives, and their lives have sort of become unattainable to some degree. Like they're in these huge houses and this luxury lifestyle that isn't relatable to where they were 3-4 years ago. So I think the content creators that are industry specific, if there's fitness or food or home decor, like those are the people that I see that are becoming more successful because they're focused on one area and they're sort of becoming like a knowledge expert instead of just this general lifestyle blogger that had sort of been the beginning.
The Business Journal Roundtable Series is sponsored by iSynergy, creative digital advertising.